How's it going, everybody? This is Chairman Barker, Dothraki Outdoors. On the road right now, heading out to public land. A little to do my first postseason scouting trip of the year. And the main mission for today is see if I can find the sheds for my number one target buck. He usually sheds pretty early. I usually see people back there, so I'm hoping I can find at least one. I've never found both, which would be great if I could, but I've never done that. So gonna see what we can do, see if we can find a shed or two of him, and I'll share a little bit about my heartbreaking encounter with him this year. He came in at 60 yards on October 28th in the pre-rut. He was already locked down on a doe, which screwed me because he was heading straight to me, but the doe was in the laurel, and once that doe started heading in, he went with her into the bedding area. So biggest deer I ever seen in the woods in my life. So hoping he made it. Hopefully we can try for him one more year. The last 2 years he's been more and more in this area. His home range has been shrinking, so if he made it, I'm hoping that continues. So stay with us. We'll see what we can find. All right, guys, we're about halfway back to the area. I had to go up a hill, down a hill. I'm going to go up one more hill to this point, and then the south-facing slope of this point. I'm going to scour like crazy, looking for a sign or the shed, or these sheds. So stay with me. Next time I'm on the video here, we'll be in the area. All right, everybody, so right in here is the primary trail out of bedding. I get that, get my target buck coming out of. Now he does, the day I saw him, he did come off this trail, but he went back in this way. And there are some fresh tracks from the trail he came off the day I see him on stage now. As for where I saw him at, I was set up way back in there, and that's over 60 yards. So that's why I didn't get shot of him. Now, I climb this tree right here, which is about 30. So now I have a good shot at him. And since I started doing that, I passed on 2 bucks in here in the rut that just weren't shooters worth something I was looking for. So I've covered about a third of this for where I want to look for sheds, more so on the top. The next 2/3 to half will be on the side hill into the bedding. So we'll see if we can find a shed or two. Well, as you can see by the cover surrounding me, we're in the bedroom. Did not see any sheds on top. So, and most deer probably are not shed yet. I understand that, but I just know historically he is. So we're getting into the bedroom right now. This is the time of year we can really get in there and muck things up, because by season your intrusion will be forgiven. But on the south facing slope, we got laurel over my head. I mean, this is good bedding. You're not getting in this deer without him hearing you coming, which is why he beds here. So I'm gonna check the spot right now where I found his first ever shed, which was literally in a bed back in January 2022 when he was a 3-year-old. So see what we can do. This right here is exactly what I'm talking about. No sheds yet, but that's a bed within 24 hours fresh, and another one right there. So we're gonna scour this bedding area, see if we can find any sheds, but I'm gonna mark beds I'm finding. So it's still valuable information. Now, you guys want to know why deer are bedding in this area? This is exactly why. With any variation of north wind, a deer can bed in this cover anywhere in this hillside and smell anything coming off the point and look well over 100 yards into this valley for anything coming this way. I mean, it's a good setup. I mean, when I hunt this, look for an off wind, like a northwest wind. That's what I look for to hunt this. Or depending on where my climber's set up, I can hunt it on north wind, but eastern or northeast winds are kind of no-goes from the way I'm setting up. But those off northwest winds can get you in here and hunting them. But yeah, this is why they're bedding here, right here. Well, I'm pretty much where in the bed right now. Hasn't been used in a few weeks, but where I found his shed at in early 2023. Unfortunately, or I'm 2022, excuse me, 2022. Unfortunately, it ain't there this year, but the good news is I'm going to just keep following this deer trail. This deer trail there's tracks in here like crazy, so maybe we'll stumble upon on the way out, but If not, I mean, there's still, I definitely realize, you know, this is not an area, which I never thought it was, but this is not an area to throw off of my list. Now, check out this rub here. That was from this season. It's a nice freaking rub. But, I mean, they're in here. I mean, I'm hoping, like I said, with this buck, I'm hoping he, first of all, he made it. But if I shed last year, obviously he made it. Just won't get confirmation until probably summertime, I guess, at this point. But hoping he made it, obviously. And also hoping that he really shrinks his home range down into this area more. Because last year was the first year I've ever seen him on stand. So, but we'll keep going through the rest of this bedding area here. You know, just see if we stumble upon. Otherwise, still got some good intel. Saw they're still using this area. Showed you why they're bedding here. And go from there. So, see what we can find. Well, odds are I'm probably not going to find his sheds today. I covered a lot of this point. Pretty much covered the whole middle of this point and the whole bedding side hill. But on this top here, you can see there's some good buck sign. There's just some rubs here, rubs there. And just some deer sign digging right now for this time of the year. So, I mean, there's sign all throughout this area. I'm excited about hopefully closing the door next year. I'm gonna move my cameras a little differently. I'm definitely gonna have a camera. That way I seen him going back to bed and whatnot from where I set up, and will be setting up now most of the time. And then the other usually put 3 or 4 cameras in the area, just because you can't cover an area like this with one camera. And then I'll figure out where I'm gonna put the other 2 or 3, but definitely one in that spot. And there's actually I know 2 spots I'm doing there, and then behind that setup spot there's right there. If acorns drop, they feed right in there. So the other 1 or 2 we'll figure out. But yeah, I mean, some really good sign up here. I'm just scouring this little top of the point here. As you can see, there's a ton of deer tracks in here. See if I can somehow luck into one of these sheds. Otherwise, I'm going to be heading back to the truck, but this was still a productive trip. You know, saw different areas in here where the deer move through. But these are the types of areas you want to find. I mean, you can see here, there's a little bit open, but you can see how thick that is. So that edge of that bedding is what I'm hunting here. So, but, all right, I'll do a little wrap up with the truck, but gonna see if I find anything else good in this top here, then I'm probably heading out. Well, folks, did not end up seeing any more, finding any sheds, unfortunately, to my target buck. But as you saw in the video, I mean, that's the quintessential public land bedding area right there. You know, you can see deer can see a long ways, and can smell anything coming behind him. So, I mean, if this was a spot I'd never hunted before, I would definitely, it would definitely be on the list. So, just see the roads are getting bad. I'm getting the heck out of here, getting home. But good first scouting trip of the year. Probably in another 2-3 weeks we'll be back out and get at her again. So, if you have any questions about what I showed you today, drop a comment, and y'all have a good one. Thank you for watching this Dual Throat Outdoors video. If you like this video, be sure to leave it a like, share with your friends, and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Also, be sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram for more Dual Throat Outdoors content.